Hey guys, wanted to check in with you. I'm looking at the quiz that you guys took yesterday. For the most part, everyone did pretty well. There's just some questions that I want to go through. I'm just going to go through all of them, just for the sake of it. Remember, you're going to have a test on Friday, and you might see some of these same questions on Friday's test. So let's make sure we pay attention. Okay, so real quick, start with number one. Let's take a look. Which of the following is the scientific name for a bear? Well, if you look at it, there's pretty much all the same, the way they're as far as the Ursus arctos. But if we look at it, there's certain rules for writing scientific names, which you remember from the scientific name Edpuzzle. And the correct answer would be this one, answer choice B, because everything's in italics. We capitalize the first letter of the first part, and everything else is lowercase. Okay, so that answer there was B, Ursus arctos with the italicized capital first letter of the genus, and everything else is lowercase. Okay, number two. The first name of an organism's scientific name is the genus. And then the second part would be the species. So the first name of the organism's scientific name is the genus. Remember, scientific names are made up of the genus followed by the species. Okay? All right, number three. Dichotomous keys are divided into steps with two descriptions at each step. So remember, it could have step one, then step one would have an A and a B. Step two, an A and a B, and so on and so forth. So each step is divided into two parts. Number four. How many groups did Aristotle use to classify organisms? So this is a question that came out of the textbook. It's not something that I talked about in class. It's not something that I mentioned in the Edpuzzle. This is the type of question that I think would separate students who will get, 95s to 100 for the year versus those who won't get 95s or 100. So if you're a student who is very mindful of everything that I assign and read carefully, this is probably one you got right. If you didn't read carefully, you might not have gotten it right. The correct answer is two. So Aristotle was an old philosopher from thousands of years ago, and at that time they thought that all living things were either plants or animals. Okay, next one. Uh, Photinus pyralis is the scientific name for a firefly in which country? Well, you don't need to know what this is. We know that scientific names are used all around the world to make communication easier for scientists. Therefore, the correct answer is all of these, all of the above. So this scientific name would be used for the firefly in all these countries, every country in the world, as a matter of fact, where firefly is a common name. Maybe also call them lightning bugs. That would be another common name, but it only has one scientific name. Okay, we go to number six. This chart here is also in the textbook. Which of the following is not one of the current kingdoms used for classification? Okay, here they're showing us the kingdoms: bacteria, archaea, protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. It's a pretty simple one. Which one is not? Well, protista is listed up here, so that's correct. Fungi is listed here as a kingdom. Plantae is listed here as a kingdom, but eukarya, well, eukarya is not listed as a kingdom. Eukarya is listed as a domain, and we should know that eukarya is one of the three domains that these four kingdoms belong to. All right, next one. Whoops. Oh, sorry, this is the next one. Same chart again. Birds belong in which of the following kingdoms? Pretty simple. You just have to learn how to know how to interpret this chart. And birds belong to the kingdom Animalia. Number 8, we're almost done here. Scientific names of organisms consist of the genus and species. Genus and species. So that's the fourth scientific name question on this quiz. Number 9. The classification system most commonly used today to separate organisms into kingdoms. How many kingdoms are there? There are 6 kingdoms. Number 10. A blank key uses pairs of descriptions to help the user identify an organism. That is dichotomous key. We did lots of work with dichotomous keys. Hopefully you got that one right. 100% of the students in period 4 got that right. Thank goodness. And the last one, which of the following is more general in terms of classifying organisms? Remember, as we go from domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, as we work our way down that ladder, down the 8 levels, we go from general to specific. So whatever's at the bottom closest to species is going to be the most specific. Whatever's at the top closest to domain is going to be the most general. So species is not going to be it. We have kingdom, domain, kingdom, phylum, class, then order, then family, then genus, and species. So the answer there is class. Class is the closest to the top out of these 4 options. Okay, as far as studying for Friday's test, what you can do is go back and review your notes. Okay, it'd be a really good idea to review your notes. Hopefully you took good notes from the Edpuzzles. And as far as the Edpuzzles go, we had 4 Edpuzzles that will be content covered on this upcoming test. So the first one was the characteristics of life. So when you log into your Edpuzzle account, just log in using your Google account. You can go directly to edpuzzle.com, log in using your Google account, and you can find all these. So we're going to have the characteristics of life, cladograms, dichotomous keys, scientific names, classification, and internal external stimuli. All 5 of those Edpuzzles are fair game for Friday's test. And remember, you can also find all of these videos on my teacher page under video lectures. You're also going to want to study the vocabulary. I put all the vocabulary into one. It's chapter 1 vocabulary. I believe it's the 3rd Quizlet link down on my teacher page. You want to go back and reread the textbook. That would be a good idea. And you can go back and review your key concept builders as well. All right, guys, whatever you do, just make sure you study. Study, study, study. You want to get a good grade on this because it will be your only test for the first quarter. And if you didn't do so well on this quiz, learn from your mistakes, think back to what you did wrong and what you could do differently for this time. Okay? And I have somebody who wants to say hi. There she is. Okay, she's sleeping. All right, guys. Email me if you have questions. I'm checking my email. Miss you. Be good. Bye-bye.